you doing there? You guys making a podcast?
Why would you think that's a good idea?
You two are the dumbest people I've ever seen.
That's janky.
How this podcast works.
No, that's fine. It hasn't even started yet, guys. The song just ended. So let's calm down. Let's all sing a sad song together because lay me down.
Here comes the bride.
On the cold thread.
Happy birthday.
Yes, good job, guys. So today, shut up. You're ruining the death of the Jank Podcast. Today, Alex and I are joined with two Jank Podcast regulars, actually. I'm sure you've seen them all the time. They're usually hiding. Keith and Logan, they're here every single time.
Craig and Logan.
He doesn't matter. That's why.
Yeah, exactly.
We spent an hour fixing his mic. Welcome to the Jank Podcast, which has now become four white guys talking about history for a brief second as we talk about the death of the Jank Podcast.
So this is the last episode of Jank Podcast.
Thank God. It's not the last episode of Jake and Alex talking about history stuff and everything.
It's like a phoenix.
Yes, it's going to rise from the ashes of an awful name.
It's going to be reborn.
Yes, so I figured...
Rise from the ashes of an awful name.
Yes. I thought it'd be fun, though, for each of us to just take a second and talk about what the Jank Podcast has done for us. Craig, let's start with you.
What do you think, Keith?
I used to watch it all the time.
What's your favorite episode?
Probably episode 3 when you went on that really long spiel about archaeology. And
Alex wasn't even in that episode.
I know, it was so weird. It was just you, and it was so personable to me. It felt like so different from the rest.
I knew
of
you
your
were
other
a
podcasts
hardcore pre-Alex fans.
Yeah. It, honestly, I'm gonna be completely honest. It changed when Alex came in.
You were an Everett fan. He was here when Everett was my co-host.
Exactly.
What do you?
Wow. No, I'm joking.
Why are we pretending like he watched the show?
No, he didn't watch it. He's never seen an episode in his life.
That's definitely something that did not happen.
Never seen an episode.
But I was convinced because once you guys got into that, you're talking about the lore of this podcast.
Of course, Alex.
I believed it a little bit.
Okay, Alex, what has this podcast done for you?
I learned that George Washington's teeth are not made of wood.
And Ulysses S. Grant.
They're made of ivory. And Ulysses S. Grant invented Halloween.
It's Christmas. It's great. We made 3 episodes about it. Christmas. Good enough. At least you're learning something. Logan, what has the Jank Podcast meant to you?
So I have actually seen an episode of the Jank Podcast where...
Wait. I don't have a channel for the clapping noises.
Okay.
There it is.
You guys don't hear it.
I could have just put that in iMovie. I could literally just put a clapping effect in the iMovie thing. Like the effects.
Could you put a clapping right there?
Yeah, Alex.
You got to make all the tracks.
I know. Before we start recording, this is
because it's going to come up. I'm going to want to plug it on Bluetooth. Got to have all of them. Next time.
Logan, go back to talk about the greatness of the Jank Podcast.
So I want to talk about how great the Jank Podcast was. I saw one episode, very recent. You were ranking conspiracies. And giving them letter grades. And for the most part, you all were very generous. Lots of A's, lots of B's.
For me, yeah.
Like, come on.
Which he kind of curved my grades up, to be honest, because I wanted to give them all a D, but then when Jake's like, A, I'm like, okay, fine, a C+.
Yeah, it's a C. Okay,
if
that's your A.
Right, I'm just going to be the jerk. It's tanking it.
Well, okay, then, Logan, what would you rank the Bigfoot conspiracy A to F? But fun, not in...
So that's one thing that was tough about the discussion, right, is what are you ranking it on? Like, in terms of legacy?
Whatever you want. Well, that was the point. His was how much fun it was. Mine was how much I believe it. Because the whole gimmick was someone commented. They're like, "This is just Jake trying to convince Alex about conspiracies."
Comment.
I was like, "That's
hilarious." How much you believe it? What did you grade it?
I think I graded it a C- or a D.
I was gonna say F.
Yeah,
that's a hardcore F for me.
It's a hard sell.
Bigfoot.
But
it started on a fake.
It's a hardcore F, as in realistically, yes, but fun-wise,
it's so
really fun one.
Oh, that's so fun.
Medium fun at best.
It's a lot of fun.
That's a classic. That's everyone's introduction cryptid.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
Do you remember? I don't remember exactly where I was, but I do remember the feeling I had the first time I saw a picture
oh my God,
of Bigfoot.
You thought it was real. As a kid, you're like, oh my God.
Dude, I used to think Santa Claus was real. Of course I thought it was real. You know? I mean, God.
Enough. Santa Claus, Bigfoot.
Big thing with a big foot. Oh.
Yeah. And they got a picture of the Bigfoot.
Keith, rein it in.
Sorry. Let me ring in my childhood.
Calm calm down.
I get it. I get it though. It is an exciting thing. It's I want you to like put yourself in the shoes of yourself when you're 4 years old and you believe everything about everything. Magic is real.
Yeah.
Superman's real.
Your parents do love each other.
Jesus is actually just a little baby. I actually had to be told that Jesus wasn't a baby.
Most of those are
I always
A's.
thought I was older than Jesus as a kid because I thought baby Jesus.
Like, if we're rating those,
Let's not get
though,
into that.
on like the fun of it and the believability of the fun of it, most of those are like A's, high B's. Bigfoot's not there.
So then
not there. No.
Bigfoot's so fun.
Have you seen Goofy movie? This is an episode that we've already had.
Goofy,
okay?
yeah. So I just wanted to say, the main reason the Jank Podcast is changing is I'm very excited. Not announcing anything yet, but you've probably noticed the scenery's changed, the professionality's changed. There's a lot of big stuff coming forward that I'm very excited. So stay with us because it's going to get wacky and wild. But I do want to ask you guys, Keith, this is my podcast. I will not have you talking out of turn. Do you understand me? Your name's Keith now, and you will not talk out of turn. Alex and Logan can. You can't, all right? Look at me.
You leave Craig alone.
No. He's too much like me. He's too similar to me.
There's
too similar.
Contesting energy
It
coming
is,
on
and
right here.
It's my podcast.
We're putting the plus side of 2 batteries together.
100%.
Well, you're stepping out to host a new show, so can Keith just host the
You can
Jank
have the
Podcast?
Jank-
Can I
the
take
Jank
that Jank podcast?
You move it to your own thing. Like 6 people come and watch it. It's Craig's
And it's just
Jank
like one
podcast.
guy every time comments like, "Hey, this sucks."
Yeah.
Stop.
But I can't stop watching.
Let it
can't
die.
stop
Let it die.
Let it die. You're not funny.
You know what I thought would be fun to wrap it up, though, the Jank Podcast, is it started with, like, presidents and stuff. Let's all say our favorite president, because that won't get anyone in hot water. Craig, who's your favorite president? Answer correctly, because you could get canceled.
Okay,
The shock mounts
hold
work.
on,
'cause
hold
I just
on. Point of reference.
Hit the table.
I'm Canadian.
Ah, yes.
I have never had a stake in this game.
Yep.
At all.
Have you played this game
yeah.
before?
I legally cannot play this game.
Right.
I can't vote.
You're here on a green card, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So my favorite president is none of them because I don't care.
No, but you
Say
gotta
it.
give an answer. No,
Boo.
too safe.
No,
Too safe.
fuck it. I don't give a shit.
Give us.
They've
give
all
us-
done
You
shitty
just
things.
stop cussing. You're going to get me demonetized on YouTube.
They've all
You're-
done.
Oh, you gotta bleep
This
it
is
crappy
now.
my
things.
podcast. You're ruining it. You've ruined
Good.
no president. I'm letting you think about
I
the
think
president.
you're making it
I'm
pretty
watching
good.
your ads sink, buddy.
There's already so little on here.
So
There's
little.
so-
I'm dragging them down.
We should just let them.
I
like,
know the whole
Ding,
show.
ding, ding.
This
I'm
right
coming
here,
for those pennies.
janky.
Very
this is
janky.
Alex, who's your favorite president?
Probably George Washington because he sings my favorite songs in Hamilton.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
Logan, who's your favorite?
Do you want the honest answer or do you want the
Hamilton
other answer?
Yes, both of them.
Both, please.
The honest answer truly is Barack Obama, a president during my lifetime when I really came to understand what current events and politics really meant for my life and the lives of my loved ones. And
Yeah.
I really agreed with a lot of the approaches.
I'd
that
agree
he
with that
took.
too. But what's your, yes, obviously.
I have
I'm there too.
I have
but what's your fun answer?
Oh yeah.
The fun answer is Andrew Jackson.
Bloody Andrew Jackson.
Bloody Andrew Jackson's maybe one of
I'm
my
glad
all-time
those
favorite
were not
musicals.
swapped.
that
would have been
real
bad.
one's Andrew Jackson.
Would have been like,
Like Andrew Jackson, quite possibly.
So far away from your microphone.
Because I'm letting the camera.
Yeah, wants to
Oh,
see-
you're
wants
a
to see
nice
me.
guy.
Got to get some of this action in here.
Dude,
What-
we all want some of that. That's a close up. So yeah, Bloody Andrew Jackson. It's a good musical.
If you have not listened to it or know of it, small musical, Bloody Andrew Jackson, check it out. Yeah, mind blowing.
Very good.
The president,
Yeah, Trail of Tears, kind of.
not great.
that was a bad one.
Oh, Trail of Tears. That was
Andrew
him.
Jackson.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
He's
But
a bad
so
president.
he was the first.
Oh, Logan, terrible
well,
answer.
He was the first president to ever be considered the people's president because he made it legal for an average citizen to vote. Originally, only landowners could vote. So he was like the people's president, but it wasn't like everybody.
You
But not all
but
people.
not
You
all
see me miring
people.
you right. You see me miring you right now.
Yeah.
I love when you can do that stuff. It's so great.
Bing
Hey,
bong.
Alex.
I can't correct you if it's wrong, but
You'd know that if you watched the musical.
Yeah.
right, which I haven't.
Dummy.
I knew a guy that played Andrew Jackson in the Bloody Andrew Jackson here in Theater Cedar Rapids, where we're recording this podcast right now.
And he's going to be on
Whoa!
some of our shows.
His name's Tim Arnold.
Wow. A quick.
Wow, we're cross promoting.
My favorite's Ulysses S. Grant.
Oh, right. Sorry,
Yes.
Jake. What's your fun answer?
I like all the radical Republicans. So Ulysses S. Grant, James Garfield, and then in a way Lincoln, but Lincoln wasn't as much as a radical Republican like Grant and Garfield.
Got it.
Ulysses
Garfield
S.
is known
Grant, good
for
stories.
his appetite for spaghetti.
I was gonna make
Exactly.
that joke.
And for
Beat ya.
getting assassinated and for believing in equal rights for everybody. Go Garfield.
Well,
Mondays.
Jake,
I hate you. I hate you, Craig.
Jake, with all that being said, is there anything that you'd like to say before this podcast rises from the ashes and becomes something new next week?
To those who were around when it was just me and Everett on a desk with a pillow in between us, and you could hear the echo delay because we were both on Blue Yeti mics and didn't quite understand that we had to plug it through an interface so that you could hear us both at the same time, and it took a lot of editing. I want to say thank you for following us to here, where we're now in an all-black room and 4 white guys at a table. It went from 2 to 4 guys, so it's great. The podcast will continue to just be me and Alex. We just had a fun little addition of these two here that we'd pizzazz the funeral. And rest in peace, the Jank Podcast.
R.I.P. in
Amen.
peace. Jank Podcast.
That was me reading over the casket.
That was your googly.
Yep. And I go, it's been an honor.
Not
F.
a you googly. That's what Zoolander calls it. It's a
on the
eulogy.
cold ground.
Oh, you're making the tears happen.
Many
That's good.
men have gone.
Yep, bring him on.
It's been a year of inconsistent
Oh, we're
posts.
still okay.
And it's going to be consistent from now on because big things are coming. You're going to see more about that in the coming weeks. All right.
Jake's
bye.
here every week now.
Bye forever. Bye.
I'm never gonna be allowed back.
Never again.
Bye, Keith.